Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So, sir, can you tell us your name, sir?
My name is Engineer DOHERTY. I was the former state chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Lagos State. And I've also been a governorship aspirant a couple of times over the years. And I've been a member of the party over the past 25, 26 years. Thank you for having me on your program.
All right, sir. Sir, your party, PDP, held its national convention in Ibadan, where members of the Wike faction were expelled from for anti-party activities. What is your reaction towards that, sir?
National convention where you don't have the national secretary on seat. That's number one. Number two, the makeup of that national convention does not go with the constitution of the PDP. You understand? In different ways. For instance, even in Lagos State, till date, all perpetuated by the governor of Fayose State and Chief George. You understand? So, who are the delegates to the convention, the so-called convention in Ibadan? You understand? So, when you now stand on illegality, everything built on illegality falls along the wayside. You understand? What they're just trying to do is just try to wake up something that can't be woken up. You understand? You've committed a serious blunder and then you are trying to manage it. I think Turaki, that is supposed to be the benefactor of that convention, and the others that were there, you understand, should retrace their steps. You understand? They should retrace their steps. I don't believe that the suspension of Ayawu and Governor Wike and Fayose will stand the test of times. You understand? Even if you want to suspend leaders of note like that, you don't do it this way. For what? They even forget, and it's quite surprising that Chief George will commit such a blunder, because the processes towards suspension of a person that is a member of NEC and an automatic BOT member. Automatic BOT member. What makes Bode George a lifetime member of the BOT is what makes them also members of BOT and members of NEC. You understand? So at the end of the day, where is the disciplinary committee that tried Fayose? Where is the disciplinary committee that tried Wike? You understand? And who were the people, the committee members that tried them, that had the interview with them, or had a discussion where they could also vent their own views and defend themselves? This is the same thing that Seyi Makinde did in Oyo State. You understand? And it is so upsetting that such a thing happened in the People's Democratic Party.
Hi, sir. But the crisis in PDP is getting messier because the Wike-led faction have also been expelled. The PDP Democratic governors, Seyi Makinde, Governor Bala Mohammed, Governor Dauda Lawal, among others, for disregarding court judgment. What can you say about that, sir?
No, you see, don't let us get it wrong. You understand? Let me tell you what has happened. What happened was that Seyi Makinde went to court in Oyo State. I don't like to disparage the integrity of judges, but he went to court in Oyo State and he brought a member of PDP in Lagos State. The guy they used in Oyo State, his name is Malomo. Malomo that was used, the only person, one person was the applicant, the plaintiff. Only one boy. He doesn't even have an address. Just one boy he used, the chairman of mainland local government, PDP. was a person that took the entire party, including Damagu, to court. And they got judgment. How did he secure judgment? This is somebody that cannot even take care of himself, not to talk of anything. You understand? So when you are talking about something like that, you should know very well that those behind did not accept what Chief Bode did unitarily. Now, Adeleke, that was at that convention, has resigned from the party. Right there at the convention, the chairman of the convention committee itself, Governor Fintiri, withdrew his support for them to suspend those gentlemen. Right there again, there were several other leaders that advised that it should not be done. But out of their plan, out of their selfish plan, out of their desire to achieve their aim for coding that illegal convention, Chief Bode took to the stage to cut the baby into two. Not only that, when you say he threw away the baby with the bath water, this is not the case. When you throw away with the baby with the bath water, the baby can still survive. You understand? This one, he cut the baby into two. What are you going to expect? And Turaki wants to rule a party with 20% members? I think, there's something missing here. There is really something missing here. There is really something missing here. I don't know what it is, but they should not face Governor Wike. I think they should follow the constitution of the party. It is when they follow the constitution, then you can now start blaming Governor Wike for anything. But when you don't follow the constitution, and then you are blaming Governor Wike, then it is not going to go down with a lot of us that have experienced the illegality in our various constituencies, not only Governor Wike.
Sir, these developments in PDP appear not to make the party force to put the current government on the throne.
Well, you see, the present government, I can agree, that part I can agree with you. When opposition has internal problems, then the ruling party has the day and behaves any way they want to. You understand? That is a given. Now, in PDP, you are the frontier members of the fight for democracy in this country. We are. And as such, we should lay good example in all fronts. On everything that we do, we should do it above board, because we are the ones leading. Why are we the ones that are manipulating our own constitution? There's a constitution that says straight away. Let me give you an example. Before the convention, if you are going to suspend a member of NEC, okay, NEC can suspend the person. Why carry it up to the convention? Okay, maybe the person is even a BOT member. You want to carry it to the convention. What are the steps that guide you suspending a member? The basic principle is you create a disciplinary committee solely to try these members so that they can defend themselves. They should tell us where that has happened. You know, they violate the constitution as if the constitution does not even exist. And then Chief Bode comes on TV and starts mentioning 1966 war. This is Bode's character. At the end of the day, he has always maintained a situation in Lagos State that has created people leaving the party in droves. Tokunbo Kamsin, Obanikoro, Ogunlewe, Olorunfunmi Bajo, Shorun, Dr. Giwa, Dr. Olufemi, Dr. Fini, Mogaji, 1,001 people have left this party, and he continues to mention that thing. If you don't like it, get out. Get out. You don't bruise egos. Right now, Adeleke has gotten out, right? After Chief Bode George said, if you are not comfortable with the party, then leave the party. And that is why I've said it many times at different forums within the party, that Chief Bode George himself, it is time for him to leave the PDP. You are supposed to be the bridge. You are supposed to be an elder. You are supposed to be a baba to everybody and not taking sides. Today you are on Wike's side. Tomorrow you are on Seyi Makinde's side. The next day you are on Bola Tinubu's side. What has Wike done that your wife has not done? His wife was working with Buhari for 4 years or even 5 years. His wife was the DG of NDLEA for 5 years with no prior knowledge of drug tracking or security. She wore the uniform. Is that the kind of country he is trying to portray? The office he has in Ikoyi was belonging to MPA. Can they ask him why it is his PDP office today? Why is it his office today? How did he acquire it? Let them investigate that. How did he acquire it? So when men that people see out there, when they talk on TV, sometimes they should know that they are questionable. So what I'm trying to say in effect is this. Nelson Wike is still a member of the People's Democratic Party. Anyanwu is still a member of the People's Democratic Party. We, with like minds, spanning through the entire Southwest. I was the former Southwest Vice Chairman. And I can tell you, majority of our members in the Southwest are not following Chief Bode George and Seyi Makinde in any way. A lot of them just aren't talking. But the more you don't talk, the deeper it gets. It becomes worse. You understand? So right now, what is happening is that majority of those in the People's Democratic Party are not in line and in tune with Turaki being our chairman. That's number one. He can run. When we do it properly, he can run. We might still vote for him. You understand? Because at least he probably has he probably has PDP at heart. But my own advice to Turaki today is for him to really resign. You cannot rule or manage a party that is not peaceful or is not coherent or is not glued together. All they need to do is go to Governor Wike and talk to him. Talk to him, because between me and you, PDP offended the gentleman. And if you've offended someone, it is good for you to apologize. That is all. Apologize and let us move on. It has turned now into an ego thing. And I don't know. It's only God that knows where it's going to lead. But I tell the members of PDP that they should please give peace a chance. They should talk to the different leaders, that they should sit their sword and stop inciting the membership of the party.
Sir, in the meantime, we are going to be in 2026, and next election is 2027. But in PDP, faction here, faction there. how do you think, like, what do you expect, like, what do you think is going to happen in 2027?
No, it's already given. I had already said it earlier on. It's quite sad, but sacrifices need to be made for democracy to really be sustained in this country. I believe that if the People's Democratic Party is ready to groom a presidential candidate or a vice presidential candidate or a governor, then you must be able to train that governor or that president and let him know what the tradition of the party is. If you cannot do things the right way in the party, then how are you going to do things right when you're in government? How are you going to do it right? Even General Obasanjo, when he was president, we came out for governor at that time. I came out for governor at that time. When General Obasanjo was president, he did not say that the party should suspend anybody. He did not say that the party should screen out anybody. He never did. When he wanted his candidate to win, you can ask him. He will call everybody, including leaders of that state, including the aspirants, and he will plead with us. He always pleaded with us. How did Koro become the candidate in 2019 or so? Obasanjo pleaded with us to accept Koro. I mean, that was 2007 or 2011. You understand? Obasanjo pleaded with us to allow Koro take the ticket. And we all agreed. Those that didn't agree went to the field and they lost on the field. But he didn't screen them out. He didn't call them thieves. He didn't say they were doing anti-party in any way. He didn't look for ways and means to get them out of the party or to annoy them. When you annoy people, then they come back and become your enemy within. Who created it? It's them. You understand? It's them. And this is something that has just been introduced. Let me give you another example. How can two governors, Governor Bala Mohammed and Seyi Makinde, how can they stand in front of the national headquarters of the People's Democratic Party that they never knew anything about, that made them governors, Do you understand? How can they stand there? Send hooligans. Bala Mohammed was sending people into the hall. Who was he sending into hall? Thugs. They were beating our own members. They were beating, slapping our own members on TV. Two governors standing by the door. Abusing the whole constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God save them that I wasn't there. They will come out as governors and come and meet judges outside. They were standing there. Bala Mohammed was telling them to come in. As they were coming in, they were slapping old men, old women that could even give birth to them. They were slapping them. These are PDP governors slapping people. To hell with them. They will not see the light of day. It is an abuse on those people. And if those people don't talk, I will talk. What is it? It is just a party. It is just politics that you are doing. And then you say on TV, you fold your arms, and then you are slapping people. You are slapping them. And then you want Wike, who is the governor in Abuja, to open the party secretariat for you. Where is it done? And there's no way. Turaki was there on that day. Turaki too was there on that day. And as such, he becomes an accomplice to that kind of thing. Is that the kind of chairman we want? Is that the kind of chairman that PDP deserves? Hell no. You can't sack anybody from a party, political party. It's not possible.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Once again, your name, sir?
My name is Engineer Adedeji DOHERTY, former State Chairman PDP, former Vice Chairman of the PDP Southwest. Thank you.